Hey guys, it's your boy Yo, and guess what? We have a big boy today. So big, in fact, that I actually have to zoom out the camera for once. And if you guys don't know what this is Godzilla, the King of the Monsters from the 1954 version, poster edition. This is not actually the original Neca style figure that is coming out later. This is the poster version. Because Godzilla was in black and white, what they did was they used a poster to describe what he looked like and what he was imagined as looking at. But in the black and white movie, that figure is coming out pretty soon. But let's get to the figure itself. Obviously, we got Godzilla, the King of the Monsters sheet, logos, pictures, logo, and back to the box. The good thing about this figure though is it has a window box, which usually means it's a great figure. And here we are. You got a nice photo of Godzilla. You get a window box, but I've already taken the figure out for prior inspection. And here is the thick boy himself, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. The figure is very large and very nicely detailed, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's just focus on how giant this thing is. For you to get a comparison, Enderman. Bruh. Which makes Godzilla seem like quite a sizable fellow compared to this guy who won't stand up. Bruh. If you don't know who this is, Godzilla was a kaiju from back in the 80s, usually is where he grew up in and lived, and was one of the most iconic kaiju of his time, if not the most iconic. I mean, he's gotten so much movie, we don't count that one, but still, it was such a great franchise. And you know what? I actually was not that much into Godzilla, but this figure really makes me change my mind. This figure's pretty good. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. I mean, the figure itself just looks beautiful, and the colors and the contrast all just fit in very, very nice. And it just makes me want to watch some of the movies, which I did, by the way, after recording this video. But that's besides the point. We gotta get into the figure itself. The painting and sculpting on the figure is amazing. Honestly, the green and the red just it makes it pop out like if it's from a poster or something, which is exactly what it's representing. But it makes it so well, and it looks so nice. Like, I put this on a shelf and it instantly popped out because it was green. Most Godzilla figures out on the market are usually gray because after the black and white film, everybody just assumed Godzilla was black. You know, this figure is actually really nice and very sturdy. And I really just like how chunky he feels and how good he feels to handle. My only problem can occasionally be these spikes right here on the back, because when you want to grab the figure, it just makes you bleed. But I think that would be my only complaint for this figure, as in he is one chunky chap. That, with the amount of details he packs, he creates a whole story just sitting on a shelf, which I forgot about his accessories, so why don't we just get it into that? For his accessories, we got this fire piece. And it looks pretty nice in his mouth, not gonna lie. And that doesn't look that bad either. But that's beside the point. Because Godzilla comes with one more accessory. A piece of cardboard. But I mean, it still looks pretty cool. Sure, I'm almost never gonna use it, but if you're into that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure it'll look great if you put him in the right positioning. But am I gonna do that? No. I don't want to. And honestly, the detail and the sculpting on this thing is also very nice. The yellow gives it a warm glow, and the orange finishes it off to give it a more of a fiery feel. Which reminds me that I've covered everything in this video except for one thing. Articulation. His maximum height is about here, which is about this tall. But enough about the scale. Let's get into the figure's articulation. Godzilla can look up this far, and he can look down this far. His head has a hinge joint at the mouth to open it and close his mouth. Godzilla's got a ball joint right here, a ball joint right here, a ball joint at his waist, a hinge but is also on a ball joint, so you get a swivel right here. His hand is on a ball joint so it can go in any direction, and his hand has a hinge so you can close his hands like that. His arm is on a 360 swivel. His legs are on a ball joint, but it isn't much of a ball joint, it's more of a swivel. He has a calf swivel, which I don't find myself using that much. He has a ball joint at the foot, which is actually pretty helpful if you want him to stand taller. In the back, the beautiful tail, which actually is quite extendable, has 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. But not to mention, his tail is made out of a flexible material that lets you bend it in any way you want. And articulation, this guy's not bad, but he's not great. Of course, he's not a highly articulated figure, because you can't really do that with a Godzilla. He's meant to be not that mobile. So it isn't that bad. This figure's actually pretty good. And oh boy, do I have to say, this figure goes well with every single figure I have. He has so much expression and so much emotion that he's just fun to pose around with other characters that don't even belong in his series, but it's still fun to do it. And his articulation might be limited, but that just makes it more charming and more adorable. So in my opinion, I would recommend picking him up. He's a beautiful figure, he's gorgeous, and you'll have fun with him. He pairs nicely with whatever figure you have in your collection, and he just looks nice on a shelf. Why wouldn't you get it? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen at least one Godzilla movie, even that one. So, you know what? You might as well pick it up. It's a great figure, I recommend it, and I'll give it a 4 out of 5. At this point in our channel, we have barely any subscribers, so it really always helps if you help us and support us on our channel. So, thank you for helping the channel grow, because by now I'm pretty much assuming that you've clicked on the subscribe button. Please check out our other videos. So thank you. I hope you like, subscribe, and do all those things. Thank you very much. And remember, kids, don't do cocaine pills.